So I wasn't intending on making a video on this, but you know, here we are halfway through the project. And I thought it was pretty cool because I've never messed with it, but plastic welding, any plastic piece I've ever had before, you know, I just slap on some, you know, JB Weld that's meant for plastics or some kind of plastic adhesive. This one I opted for something different. I'm working here on the floor in the house, but this is just a plastic welding gun. And it just pretty much, well, for all intents and purposes, puts in a staple in between. You just seam it, just like as if, you know, you were sewing something together. And then we're just going to clip off all the nubs on every piece. And then it has a different tip that goes on there that will smooth everything out. And this is on the back side. This is where the seatbelt was hung up and broke the rear driver's side plastic piece. So I'm going to keep working on this. I'll do one real quick just to kind of show you. So the instructions state, put it in there, pull the trigger for 5 seconds, let it melt, and then hold it in there for about 45. So you can see that crack, and I'm just kind of going in line and I'm alternating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm alternating side to side just to keep the heat down so that it doesn't melt through or hurt anything. I don't wait the 45 seconds. I do about 10 to 15 and then pull it back out. So I'm going to try this one-handed. There it came out. Here's that. We'll just load another staple in. But it's a pretty neat thing. If you've never played with one of these, I'm definitely glad that I added it to my arsenal of tools. But I will continue through with this, and I'll come back as we start snipping off all the nubs and then smooth out the plastic. Alright, so that's what it looks like with all the staples hanging out. I'll get them all cut off and we'll revisit in just a minute. Okay, this is the next step after cutting off all the nubs. Definitely do not use the cutters that came with it. Use some of your own or buy some, because that could not get down far enough. So smoothing this out is going to be pretty interesting, and really I'm just kind of playing around to see if it's salvageable. This is in the back seat, so no one will really notice other than watching this video. So we're going to get it tested out. I'm going to play with the smoothing piece a little bit and see what I can get. Alright, so this is going to be interesting trying to do this one-handed. I'm not getting my tripod out for this, but just kind of smoothing out behind the crack just kind of adds some more stability to it. And I can't get the smoothing edge all the way down because of, again, those nubs. So just because this is where the seat belt goes against, it comes down underneath that plastic trim and then rides along here. Just to be safe, I covered that in some industrial strength hot glue, just to keep it from rubbing that seat belt raw. So that's the finished product. And this is the other side. It's not perfect, but that crack, as you saw on the back side, went all the way from the top of this trim piece all the way down, curved, and came down here. And this is the only one spot that you can see of it. So I'm pretty happy with the results.